Yo, greetings, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching. Welcome to a brand new episode of Coaching for Coaches. First and foremost, if you're here, if you're watching live, let me know that you're here so that I can give you a plug and give you a shout out. In today's episode, I want to talk to you specifically about what is my best solution for self-doubt. Incredibly common sense, but not necessarily common practice. I find that a lot of rookie coaches or coaches that are not successful at the level that they want yet struggle with this. What I'm about to share with you is really simple, and from my experience, if you apply it and if you actually use this, not only is it going to increase it's going to reduce the level of self-doubt you have if you ever have self-doubt. What it's also going to do, it's going to infinitely make you more attractive in your endeavors to get coaching clients. One of the things I've learned from one of my particular coaching mentors, Rich Litvin, is how he used to always say, needy is creepy. And sometimes, isn't it true that we are wanting something so much that often it almost eludes us because we're so frantically chasing it. And he always says needy is creepy. And I was linked that to when I couldn't get a girlfriend and I wanted one. It was because I was so needy that it turned the girls away. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about that anymore because Mrs. Grant accepted me. Anyway, my point, what I'm going to share with you today is really my fundamental go-to common sense, but not necessarily common practice thing that I go to for self-doubt. It's been something that I've been using a lot recently. Over the past few months, I have gone back to therapy. In fact, I've restarted therapy, and it's been painful, to say the least. Some old emotional wounds and triggers, things that have come up for me, and it's been quite painful going through therapy. I'm not going to lie to you, but there's one thing that I've learned about therapy, about coaching, about any work that you do on yourself. It's that the more you work on yourself, the deeper you work on yourself, the deeper you can work on your client. And for me personally, I kind of liken going through therapy, going through any sort of deep inner work, as a bit like joining the gym. If you think about it, if you join the gym for the first time, maybe if you remember that first workout, or if for you're not a member of a gym, you haven't done that before, think of an exercise session of some kind where you've, at the end of it, you felt quite sore. Or they call that, for those of you that aren't into fitness, they call that DOMS, which stands for delayed onset muscle soreness. And for me, that tagline, no pain, no gain, has never been truer when it comes to things like having deep inner work, such as coaching and therapy and the like. So over the past few weeks and months of restarting therapy, I've had a lot of self-doubt. Like I've questioned myself. I've run the whole I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough pattern, which I have great ways of dealing with that now. But there's been a lot of self-doubt. And it's one thing that I believe is really important about, especially social media, is to share your dark side and not just your light side. You go on social media today, you scroll through your news feed, and you'll see everybody's light side, the holidays, the accomplishments, the achievements, everything they've done. And the problem with that is, from an external point of view, if you're running through any period of self-doubt and you see everybody else achieving, succeeding, thriving, that can really be a really bad trigger, negative trigger for self-doubt. So many years ago, I had a incredibly profound coaching conversation with an old coach of mine. And in that conversation, out of the blue, he said to me, Miles, do you ever stop to appreciate how far you've come? And it stopped me in my tracks, because I was like, no. Like, no was the obvious answer. And I said, no, I don't, I have never thought of that. I'm so busy. thinking of the next thing and the next goal. I was like, I don't have time to reflect on what I've done. I'll be happy when insert whatever the goal was at the time of the coaching session. I'll be happy when I've made this much money, or I'll be happy when I've got this amount of clients, or I'll be happy when I've succeeded at this, or I'm married to the girl of my dreams, or I've got a six pack. I'll reflect then. I'll pause then. And he said, but look what you've already achieved. And he started to reel off a list of things that in the time that we'd known each other, he knew that I'd achieved. Started to reel them off. And in that phone call, I became really quite emotional because he was able to bring up things from my own life that were significant life events that I'd overcome, grown through, progressed, got out of, and they weren't even in front of my mind, but they were in front of his. And by the way, that for me is great coaching, right? It's been able to help a person see what they cannot see. And so the reason why I share that is because my coach then said to me, Miles, here's what I want you to do. He said, I want you to, right now, he said, I want you to tell me 10 things that you're proud of. He said, I want you to come and tell me 10 things that you're proud of in your life right now. Proud of. And so I was like, and I struggled for a while, couldn't think of things I was proud of because it wasn't a habit for me to do that. But then I was like, oh, I'm proud of how I've grown as a person. He was like, yeah, cool. What about that makes you proud? I was like, and I just started to talk. I started to flow. And I was like, I'm proud of the relationship I've got with my mum. I'm proud of my health and fitness. I'm proud of how I'm always working on myself. And I started to reel off a list. And he said, for the next 7 days, I want you to write down 10 things that you're proud of every single day. Don't overthink it. It'll take you 5 minutes. 10 things that you're proud of every single day. I did that for 7 days, and probably around day 4 or 5, it started to get a little bit harder. But there was a point, I think day 5 or day 6, I think I wrote something down like, I'm proud of the man I've become in spite of being raised without a father. And I burst into tears. And it was in that moment I realized, man, I need to spend more time reflecting on how far I've come and not spend so much time looking forward. I truly believe that the antidote to self-doubt is to spend more time in your own lane, looking backwards and not forward. Steve Jobs says you can't connect your dots of your life looking forwards, you can only connect them looking backwards. For me, one of the most significant things that I've ever learned to do from one of my coaches was what I now call pride logging, which is the art of writing down every day 10 things that you're proud of. In fact, I actually go one step further now. I actually write down, when I do this, I write down 20 things because I found it's really easy to write 10. So I like to stretch myself. I'm a growth oriented person, so I go for 20. So my challenge to you in watching this video, in listening to this broadcast, whether you're watching, whether you're listening, here's what I'd like for you to do. I would like for you to, right now, so like literally, I'm going to finish the video in a minute. At the end of this video, I'd like you to give yourself the gift of writing down 10 things that you're proud about, 10 things from your life that you've already achieved. Here's why this is so important. Because one of our biggest fears in life is that we are not enough and that we won't be loved. So the first one, that you're not enough, ultimately that links to a fear that other people will reject you and not accept you. But here's the thing. Self-esteem is called self-esteem for a reason. Self-doubt is called self-doubt for a reason. Because the first word in each of those things there is self. Meaning the only person that can really give you esteem is yourself. The only person that can really create doubt is yourself. The only person that really matters in terms of validating you is yourself. You are enough. If you're watching this or listening to this broadcast now, trust me, you're enough. You're good enough as you are. It's the illusion from social media, from the news, from marketers who try and make you think you need to buy the next thing that will make you feel like you're incomplete. But trust me, you're enough. Now, that doesn't mean don't go and invest in courses to grow and to expand your mind and stuff. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is know that you're already enough, and know that self-doubt is an illusion. It's an illusion that was created by the world that tried to make you feel like you needed to keep up with everybody else, keep up with the Joneses, buy more stuff, and then you'll be happy. Buy more stuff, and then you'll be successful. I'm here to tell you it's bullshit. Tony Robbins says success without fulfillment, ultimate failure. So you want to have success? Get on a course, get a mentor, join a mastermind, join a program. If you've not done our Master Coach program or you're not joined our academy, I'll give you the steps. I'll give you the roadmap to be successful. Fulfillment, that's a personal blueprint. I can't teach you that. That's on you. And the first step to being more fulfilled is to have more self-esteem, have more self-belief. And the best solution I've ever had to have more self-esteem and to eliminate self-doubt is pride logging. Is actually spending time every day writing down 10 things that I'm proud of from today, from this week, from this month, from the past year. Write them down and do it every day for at least 7 days and see what happens. I'd love you to check in with me. I'd love you to message me and tell me how that worked for you. So please do send me a message and let me know how you get on. That's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed Coaching for Coaches. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please do send me a message in some form or another, whether it's on the YouTube channel, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's a WhatsApp message, if you're watching this in our WhatsApp community. Send me a message. I want to see an image of you doing a pride log of 10 things. And if you want me to hold you accountable, text me every day. And I've done my pride log, whatever you need, I'm here. I've got your back. Remember, every coach needs a coach. Pride logging is a really great way to eliminate self-doubt. Hope you enjoyed today. See you next time. Peace out.